As the MLB offseason continues to start picking up, you're starting to get reports left and right, whether they are fabricated, whether they are not. They are things for baseball fans to talk about. And today, we got an interesting report from one Randy Miller. He says Paul Skenes wants to be a Yankee. Is this something we should take seriously? What's going on, guys? King Von 61st Gen. I'm back in another video, and before I continue in talking about the possibility of this happening, we have to bring up the elephant in the room, and that is the person making this article. Randy Miller has been known to fabricate things. I'm not gonna say he's on the level of the person I talked about a few weeks ago, but Randy Miller is definitely an opportunist. And a lot of these things in this article are very, very interesting. A lot of things that you need sources if you are going to say this, and everything from this article is from an anonymous Pirates teammate. This could be the guy who came up in September, who got to spend 2 weeks with Paul Skenes, or this could be Tommy Pham. This could be someone important in that team. So keep that in mind as we progress in this conversation. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of what is said in this article. Quote, according to a Pirates teammate who recently spoke to NJ Advanced Media, Skenes has, quote, no confidence the Pirates are ever going to win, and he's, quote, hoping for a trade well before he becomes a free agent in the 2029 season. The article continues to say, quote, trust me, he wants to play for the Yankees. I've heard him say it multiple times, this anonymous teammate says. This is big, if true. Not in the short term, but long term. Maybe 2027 or 2028. Things could get interesting in this department. And the reason why I don't think it's interesting today, we have to remember who we are talking about. We are talking about one of the premier pitchers of our generation, and he's only in year 3 coming up. He has 4 more years if you include arbitration. He is not going anywhere immediately. It even says later on in this article, when talking to the front office, I do dismiss it, but I understand it. What we're going to focus on is just how do we win games with him in a Pirates uniform. That is from Ben Cherington, the Pirates general manager. The Pirates are not even going to think about trading him until he gets close to becoming expensive. Right now, he is working on the league minimum salary, which is in the $700,000 range. You are not giving up the NL Cy Young Award winner and one of the best young pitchers in our sport, maybe even the best pitcher in our sport, when he's on a league minimum salary. It doesn't matter what he says right now. It doesn't matter what allegedly he has said to a teammate. The Pirates are going to look at this responsibly, even though they are not a responsible organization. They will look at this and say, okay, let's play. They're not going to take this seriously until arbitration starts. Once arbitration starts, I don't even want to know what these numbers are going to look like for Paul Skenes out of arbitration. He could be a $30-35 million arbitration guy. That's when the Pirates would look at this and say, okay, maybe we'll throw this salary to someone else, especially if this Paul Skenes teammate who says that Paul Skenes thinks they're not going to succeed during his tenure there are correct. If he doesn't succeed in Pittsburgh, once his arbitration starts, then we're in a different ballgame. But I think for the Yankees, at least for the front office, maybe you're not thinking about it too much, but this has to be exciting. Maybe now, if you're the Yankees, you stock up on a bunch of farm guys. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of hoarding these prospects, especially as these guys who were just drafted, like Dax Kilby and other guys in this draft class, start to move up the Yankees ranks. They might hoard these guys rather than either bring them up to the majors or trading them. Maybe he keeps them around just in case of a availability for Paul Skenes. Because if Paul Skenes wants to be a Yankee, the ramifications of him becoming a Yankee are enormous, especially with the deals we have already made. Once Paul Skenes would possibly be available to be a Yankee, which is probably 3 years from now. Garrett Cole is in his late 30s. Aaron Judge is in his late 30s. Max Fried is working into his mid 30s. Same with Carlos Rodon. Giancarlo Stanton is probably off the books by then. This old guard of this team. Basically, the Aaron Judge era will be coming to a close. And what better way to kickstart a new era than to bring in the best pitcher in Major League Baseball? But for anyone who thinks this is going to be an immediate impact, it will not. I'm not going to come up with trade ideas because I don't know who will be available when Paul Skenes is available. Like I said, the Pirates are never going to consider trading him at this point in his career. He is at a point in his career where he is affordable and producing a top pitcher level. It's never going to happen. So whether this article is real or not, it's very interesting for the long-term future of the New York Yankees, not the short term. But moving on to someone who could help in the short term is Japanese pitcher Tatsuya Imai. One of the best pitchers in the NPB is now going to be posted very soon. Reports have come out that the Yankees are the front runners to get Tatsuya Imai. A lot of people have compared Tatsuya Imai to the likes of Kodai Senga, to the likes of Yusei Kikuchi. At least what he's done in the NPB, he has done similar or even better things than those guys. There are a couple people saying he's going to be Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Yamamoto is a little younger than Imai when he comes over. The styles are similar, but I don't know if the repertoires are that similar. It would be amazing if Tatsuya Imai came over and he did what Yoshinobu Yamamoto just did. That build of pitcher would be very valuable to a team like the Yankees, especially because we already have a deep rotation. If we sign Tatsuya Imai, what that probably does is Cole will be at the top when he's healthy, but Max Fried will be at the top right now. Either Cam Schlittler or Carlos Rodon are going to be your two, and Tatsuya Imai fits in that 3 to 4 area, at least to start. He'll fit in that Carlos Rodon area, where whether he's 2 or 3, he's going to fit right in front or right behind Carlos Rodon. With Clark Schmidt out for the rest of the year, you're going to have a rotation of, when healthy, Gerrit Cole, Max Fried, Cam Schlittler, Rodon, and Imai. That is one of the nastiest rotations in baseball, if the Yankees can get this over the line. Again, we are in the early stages of this negotiation. I don't think Imai has even been posted yet. He should be posted any day now, which would give MLB teams 45 days to make a deal with Imai, or he goes back to Japan. He will get a deal from someone. And if he makes a deal with the Yankees now have one of the deepest rotations in Major League Baseball. And then once Gerrit Cole gets back, might be the deepest rotation in baseball. And it probably moves Luis Gil either to the back end of the bullpen, or you look to shop Luis Gil and you say, what good corner infield bat can we get? What righty outfielder can we get? You have a legitimate asset, a rookie of the year who has all the talent in the world, and if he could just work on that control, can be one of the best pitchers in baseball. You dangle that around, teams will come knocking. But for the short term and for what the Yankees need right now, the Yankees are in a win now mode. Like I've brought up in the past, Judge is not getting younger. Cole is coming off of Tommy John and not getting younger. Giancarlo Stanton is not getting younger. This era is coming to a close. You need guys who will help you win now. Tatsuya Imai probably helps you more in this win now mode than some of these younger pitchers. Cam Schlittler as an outsider, because Cam Schlittler has shown now at the biggest stage he can perform like that. He can perform like a top line starter. He will be impactful. But guys like Luis Gil, who was coming off an injury last year, still has developing to do. And Will Warren, who last year was up a year too early, and it showed. These guys are now on the outside looking in, and I think that's the responsible thing to look for because of the development they require. But let me know what you guys think about both pitchers I talked about. Do you think it's even possible the Yankees get Paul Skenes in the next couple years? What do you guys think of Tatsuya Imai? Is he going to be an impact pitcher for us? Let me know down below. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. This offseason is going to be long. It's going to have a lot of these storylines, so don't attach yourself to anything. For all we know, Randy Miller talked to the last guy in the bullpen who came up in September, and that guy just wanted some screen time for whatever reason. We don't know, especially with the reporter created this article. So don't attach yourself to Paul Skenes just yet. Don't attach yourself to Tatsuya Imai just yet. This is the off season. It's going to be a slow burn. But until next time, I'm out of here. Take care and peace.